conference will now be recorded.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this meeting of the Vader City Council. It is Friday, April 24th, and the time is 7:31 a.m. Roll call.
Donna Rogers.
Here.
Jason Daly.
Here.
Joe Shy.
Here.
Mike Parsons.
Mike Parsons did communicate to me that he would be unable to attend today.
Samantha Loveland.
Here.
Randy Hall.
Here.
Wonderful. Thank you, everybody. We have a quorum. Pledge of Allegiance. Diane, would you like to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I
Pledge
pledge
of Allegiance to the United States of America, republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Wow.
Mayor's report. So we did enact the deferred sewer utility late fees for our citizens. Last I heard we had two. We've had two people that have taken advantage of that. So it was good to be able to help those folks. If anyone else out there still needs it, please make sure to encourage them. Park Board. So the Park Board is continuing to work on RCO application, and we did submit a grant to Burlington Northern with those matching funds for that grant at some point in the future. Moving on, Shoreline Master Program update. So there is a requirement, RCW requires that we update our Shoreline Master Plan every 8 years, I believe. And we're overdue for grants available to fully pay for that. And so Gary Cooper is starting to work on that. Comprehensive plan, the SEPA and DNS, they'll actually be submitted today. And we're still on track for council adoption sometime in May. And if I remember correctly, we have until the end of June to get that done and still be in compliance to receive our community development block grant for our wastewater treatment program. Employee policy update. If you remember, this is grant funded as well. I'm hopeful that we'll have a draft for discussion at our next council meeting. Council reports. Do any council members have anything to report?
I don't have, well, I guess I do have something to report. I just want to bring to the council's attention that so far the attorney fees for the first quarter is $6,650. And we have Townsend at $2,407. Gary Cooper is $2,760. So I don't know. I think my usual, we could use MRSC a little more often than we do the city attorney. And I have another question about, I noticed the collections thing on the sewer bills. Are all of those people that were behind in January all caught up now?
I don't have those numbers memorized, Diane. That's a Stephanie question. So I can follow up with you on that after we talk to Stephanie about that.
Okay. That's it for right now.
Write that down. All right. Any other council members? All right. Agenda approval. I do not have any additions to the agenda.
Make a motion.
Hey, Joe.
Approve the.
Joe?
for 4/20/2020.
We have a motion by Mr. Daly to approve the agenda for April 24th, 2020.
I'll second that motion.
I was trying to get added to your
Seconded
agenda,
by-
Joe.
We do have a second. Time for discussion. Sounds like Scott Gross, the chairman of the planning committee, would like to have a moment to talk. Scott, would special reports be a good time for the planning committee update?
Anytime is fine, Joe.
Okay. We'll add you under special reports then. That would be appropriate.
Yep.
Samantha.
Smith.
All right. Should probably rescind that motion and make a new motion for the updated agenda.
All right, I'll rescind the last motion and I'll make a motion to approve the city council meeting minutes for 4/24/2020 with the amendment to special reports.
Mr. Daly has made a motion to amend the agenda with the addition of special reports by our planning committee chairman, Scott Gross. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Seconded by Ms. Lovelady. Any other discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
All right. Any opposed? Motion carries. I do need to delay in between when I talk and when the folks on the conference call talk. There is a bit of a delay that I've noticed. So if I'm waiting, it's for everybody to catch up. Minutes approval.
I'll make a motion that we approve the city council minutes for 4/10/2020 as written.
We have a motion by Mr. Daly to approve the meeting minutes from 4/10/2020. Do we have a second?
I'll second that. Oh. You can have it,
Seconded by Ms.
Donna.
Rogers.
Oh, thank you.
It's so weird not being able to see you.
I'm on the camera. You can see me.
It's just so different. I'm still getting used to these video meetings.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of weird.
We have a first and a second for minutes approval. Any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor of approving the minutes for April 10th, 2020, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. Voucher approval.
I'll make a motion that we approve the vouchers for the first half of April 2020 at $28,764.64. The second half of April 2020, $15,617.03. For April's grand total of $44,381.67.
We have a motion by Mr. Daly to approve the vouchers as written. Do we have a second?
I second it.
Seconded by Mr. Hall. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of approving the vouchers, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. Special reports. Scott Gross, Chairman of the Planning Committee. Scott, you are still muted.
Yeah,
There
I'm
you go.
unmuted now. I'm good. I wanted to speak upon City Ordinance number 2014-06, which is the Planning Committee ordinance that speaks upon reducing the number of members, eliminating the alternate Planning Committee members, procedures relating to disqualifications, blah, blah, blah. The issue that I'm finding with the ordinance is that we are not complying with the ordinance as it's written. For one, in section 2, subsection C, it states that members' initial terms will be staggered as follows. 3 members shall serve a 1-year term, 2 members shall serve 2-year terms, and then each appointment thereafter shall be for a period of 3 years unless somebody's being replaced because somebody's been terminated or stepped down. We have 4 members all expiring next month and 1 member that's on for 4 years. So none of that is accurate. The other matter is that when we have different positions that have different term limits, such as the council, we really should be assigned position numbers as the council has. And I don't see that there's no explanation as to who is in which position or who's done the 1-year term or the 2-year terms, etc. So my thought was that if we can get the affirmation of oath dates for all of the members, we can then determine where the dates are. And as far as the initial 1-year and 2-year terms, I don't know if we can do anything with regards to that, but I do think that we need position numbers and it needs to be staggered because now you got 4 people that all expire at the same time, and that's just not good for business.
Okay, yeah, we'll have to look into that and see what's going on. I know the park board, we were noticing in their the document that formed them, it mentioned initial term limits when they created the park board. So when someone was appointed, when they created the park board, you know, position 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they all had different term limits, so that when they finally did expire, once again, everyone that was on the park board when it was formed wouldn't expire at the same time.
Right.
However, as people have come and gone over the years, you know, it kind of self-staggers. I'll have to look at the resolution on that, the planning committee, and see if it's something similar, but you're right. We have noticed that 25th is the day that a majority of the planning committee does expire, and so we were going to make sure that there were folks that were, whether we reappointed to extend the term or find new folks, we were going to make sure that happened one way or another. So thank you for bringing that to our attention too. In particular, the resolution.
No problem, Joe.
Anything else? All right. Have a good day. No other special reports. City business item number 1. Council to discuss the final draft of the comprehensive plan. It's still in the different state review periods, so we're not allowed to take any action on it right now. But I wanted to make sure that it's obviously it's a rather lengthy document, and there have been some slight modifications from when we had our public hearing. There were some inconsistencies brought up, and so those have all been fixed. And so I wanted to make sure that the council had time, you know, an additional couple of weeks at least, to have that available to them to start looking through. So if there's any discussion, now's a good time to start talking about it, so we could still modify it if necessary.
Is he, what am I trying to say here? The Shoreline, is he going to be able to complete that? When will the whole plan be completed?
The Shoreline update isn't necessary for the comprehensive plan.
Okay.
The Shoreline update is separate.
Hey, Joe, really quick, did the park board get all of their stuff done yet? Do you happen to know? For the comp plan?
Yes, the park master plan. Yes, the park master plan, which is part of the comprehensive plan, did get completed and submitted, and it's good to go. All the parts of the comprehensive plan are ready.
Okay, good deal. Thank you.
Anyone else for discussion on the comprehensive plan? Okay. Hearing none. Still be available on the website for your reading pleasure. I know it's fairly lengthy, but feel free to take a look at it, and when it's available, we'll make sure it's on the agenda for approval. Moving on to item number 2, city business. Council to consider resolution 07-2020, the amended district court interlocal agreement. So if you remember, we had some folks that were coming to the city council meeting complaining that they weren't able to pay past traffic fines and get their driver's licenses back. And through hard work of our city clerk, Diane, she discovered that there was a slight loophole in the previous contract with Lewis County in our ability for them to take on our old cases. So this interlocal agreement amendment will allow the county to take on that role, and those folks with that are kind of in limbo right now will be able to finally get their driver's license back and pay their fines.
Well, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the resolution 07-2020 to amend the, accept to approve it.
Mr. Daly has made a motion to approve resolution 07-2020, the amendment to the district court interlocal agreement. Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Seconded by Ms. Lovelady. Any discussion among the council? Hearing no discussion. All those in favor of approving resolution 07-2020, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. That'll make a lot of people happy. Public comment. Does any members of the public would like to speak?
Good morning, council. This is Stephanie. I just wanted to respond to Donna about the sewer bills. The actual collections that report will be ran Monday afternoon after all postings for payments over the weekend and the post office. And I probably have approximately 10 that's due to collections at this point.
Okay, thank you.
You can call me Monday afternoon and I will give you an exact number if you would like.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
Stephanie, I did not know you were on the call. Thank you for being here.
I'm on this call every Friday morning.
Would anyone else like to speak? Hearing no other public comment, would any elected officials like to comment? Okay. Hearing none, this meeting is adjourned at 7:51 a.m. Thank you, everybody, and have a good day.